All right. Or is this like the buffalo sauce cleaning?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another stream from Vera. We have been building up, I think, to this moment a little bit
Yo!
in the
Oh, it's
showcase
fire!
for the tower at Carphin. And I think there's been some lore that we've released during last November's Extra Life live stream. We played through a portion, I believe, of this tower.
That was beautiful.
And now we have an opportunity to take a look together, a little sneak peek, a small portion of this area
Sneak peek?
and the lore behind it. And we're also going to take a focus with some of the developers that'll be joining us here in a second. I'll introduce them into the system of our story arcs and how that system works in reflecting the changes that players elicit from the world of Vera. So I want to introduce one of our senior designers, Scott. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing very good. Thank you for asking.
Welcome. Welcome to your design become reality.
Thank you.
This is Scott has been working on the narrative for this particular story arc that we're all going to see in a second, with his team, with whom we are joined by one of our designers, Aimee. Aimee, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good, Stephen.
Welcome. This is, I think, is this your first time on the stream?
It is,
It's
yeah.
gonna be a slow
That is
roll.
awesome. Aimee is one of our incredibly talented designers who is helping create the narrative around Vera. And
Fair enough.
you guys may have played some of her quests in Alpha 1, actually. One in particular is I believe it was the Lost Pages and the that spider quest. Was that right, Aimee? Were those yours?
Those were my quests, yeah. Thanks for remembering them.
I know, they're great.
Yeah, I'm super excited to join today.
We're very excited to have you. And then, in addition,
It's really cool if they like made all the quests and stuff, but they never actually play the game yet. For them to like finally play the game with their like quests in like a certain area or something, it must be really cool.
we have what is soon becoming a regular on the streams,
That'd be
Mr.
really
Jeremy, one of our senior designers. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Happy to show off Scott's masterpiece creation here.
Yeah.
Easy.
Story arc of this game.
Oh my goodness.
Laying it on thick.
I know. Wow.
Love it.
Pretty exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting.
I mean, I've always said that nodes is the new hotness that we've been showing, and story arcs are the new hotness we've been hiding.
Yes, agreed. Totally agree. So one of the first things that you guys are going to notice in this environment
Did I ever switch to Red Dead?
is
I
that
feel like I did, but
we
it
have
just,
this
I
perspective
don't
of the tower, and I think, Scott, do you want to talk a little bit about story arcs as a system?
Yeah, sure. So it's helpful, I think, to think about story arcs as kind of like a prepackaged tabletop campaign. They contain like all of the NPCs and quests and monsters, like all the things you need to make a cool fantasy story. They're not procedurally generated. We author them, we write all the dialogue, and we construct all the narrative beats and everything like that. But they will enter the world dynamically depending on the state that the world is currently in, how players have built up specific nodes, like what races control various nodes. We have plans to include lots of different things on top of that. But yeah, it's we don't have any quest hubs or anything like that in this game because players build up all the cities. So we had to get a system that kind of looks at what players are doing and can inject content into the world that makes sense for what they're doing.
I've
So
always seen it as like the world decides in the state that it's in that we're gonna now play this module. We're gonna because of the state of the nodes being in this way, and certain races have this one, we're gonna play Curse of Strahd. We're gonna do Blood Still Do. We're gonna do those modules and things.
So one of
Yeah.
the things that I find most unique about our story arc system is that they're intended to
It's nice, right? Yeah, it's really cool.
represent change.
I like the colors.
Change within the story of what Vera is telling. And we don't just do that through these new quest logs and dialogue, but also by literally changing the environments and showing these active states that represent what is happening and what choices the players have made previously in the different chapters, perhaps,
That's cool.
of other story arcs.
Yeah, that's
Scott,
really cool.
I know that
Because that actually means that, you know, it your actions matter, you know, and they affect like the environment. That's really cool, depending on what happens. And every server will be unique in the sense that, you know, different things are going to happen per server, right?
we
That's
have
kind
been
of cool.
working hard on this. Your team has been working particularly hard and with engineering to kind of stand this system up over the last several months. But you have the ability to push us into the next chapter manually, correct?
Yeah. Normally, this is a story that would require us to have built up some
All right, let's see it.
of the nodes in the area. Either you could just build up Miraleth directly to get access to where we're going, or any of the nodes in the Riverlands could have leveled up to a certain amount to have basically enabled the story to spawn. But I'll just turn this on for us now manually.
Let's see
If
it.
that's good.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Welcome
I push it. Takes a second, but it will kick on.
to the Tower of Carphin.
I want to see it like in real time. Don't turn away.
Houston.
There it goes.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
That's so cool.
Oh, things are getting red. The complete What is that?
The
Blood
blood.
is coming on.
Oh,
This
the
thing over
blood
here?
still due?
There it is. It's paying right now.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, when Sturks come online, they change a lot in the environment. They update what monsters are in the world. They create quest NPCs. You can see Orin. He's not normally here. We've moved him for the sake of this. And then yeah, new pathways can open up through the environment.
Oh,
Is the bridge moving?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
that's really cool.
Oh, that's nasty. What are the vines?
It's it's corruption. There's so a very terrible curse.
Whoa! You guys saw
is
that glitch
sort
on the
of
bottom right?
remaining here
Oh no,
after
you can't see them
a,
there. There's like a little glitch there.
Sort of desperate spell was cast during the Harbinger apocalypse. You saw a bit of that spell being replayed at the top of the tower there. But when the ancients were advancing toward the Aelan capital, where Carphin is sort of strategically positioned between where the Harbinger comet landed and the Aelan capital, the mages here, and Carphin was known throughout the Aelan Empire for its magical prowess. The head
Wow.
mage here did a very desperate and dangerous spell to slow the ancients' advance, and
And
what
that
you're
was to
seeing
buy
now
the
is the
time
result.
for the capital of Ayla, where they were building one of the divine gateways.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Divine
So
portal
they
to open and people to get out.
right, they needed more time. They needed to make space for them. They did something pretty terrible to do that. It bought them the time, but as you can see, this once great city has suffered a great cost.
Wow, this is cool. I like the little jump puzzle. This is awesome.
This
What
bridge
is
isn't
that?
here all the time. The story arc helped this bridge form.
Yeah, I thought the tower was gonna change in and of itself, but the fact that the environment changes and shifts, and certain things that you don't have access to previously, you have access to now. I think that's really cool.
This bridge might also appear if you've leveled up Miraleth enough to create kind of this pathway. Otherwise, there's other ways to get there, but more dangerous ways.
Is that a what is that down there?
That's a fiend golem or a
Fiend golem,
flesh
yeah.
golem,
Ooh.
fiend version. Yeah.
Oh, I like how the light just lit up to showcase the body. That's crazy. That's super cool. And so now the the spawn tables around the city of Carphin have changed as a result of the story arc progression.
Right. So normally, when the city is not in its cursed state, you've got a whole subset of like constructs and various other like arcane things. Like you saw the animated armors and stuff like that. While the
Fences, yeah.
while the curse is in effect, we've got these watch wolves, these seekers here.
They don't want to
have
show
their
any
own
other
sort of
classes because they shown the
story
warrior
reason
and they
for
shown
being here while the
they
curse
shown
is
these two
active.
classes, so I guess the other
Um,
ones aren't gonna attack.
Seekers, yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Oh no, they did brought the archer. We've seen that some of their abilities.
Wow.
And they've got their summoned watch wolves watching their backs as they're doing what they're doing.
Wow. The environment team did an unbelievable job here.
They did a killer job on this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
all of
this
them.
looks
The
so
whole
good.
team was full bore
I
on
was like-
this stuff.
It's a blood curse, and they really took that personally.
They said, "Oh, you want to see what corruption looks like?"
I know.
Well, talk to us a little bit about blood magic versus just normal corruption.
So yeah, blood magic is a sort of illegal kind of magic, and using it in any amounts creates a certain amount of corruption in the caster, and that corruption can bleed over into the environments and things that they draw essence from in order to cast those spells. This was a blood magic
That
that
was cool.
obviously consumed a whole heck of a lot of it.
She wasn't intending for this kind of after effect.
It's
No,
kinda
no,
just- This just kind of gives you an idea of like, I guess, some of the areas and how they're gonna be. I don't know if this is like a dungeon, like an outside dungeon or whatever, but still pretty cool. Whether you need a group or not, I don't know if they're just in a group to be in a group, but yeah.
Yeah, the major cast of this was not able to understand the scope of the destruction that would cause. But
It
also
was,
in the final,
portents.
the final days of, Ancient Vera during the Harbinger Apocalypse, like
You didn't have a lot of time to research.
there was not a whole lot of deliberation. There wasn't a whole lot of like magical research and safety precautions that they could take. So yeah, it did its job, but
Yeah, it seemed to, like even if it delayed a lot of the progress they made towards the portal, it seemed like they really created a lot of destruction along the way.
Carphin itself has a lot of history built into the environment here too. You'll see lots of statues and stuff around that go into it.
One of the five main city-states, five primary city-states of the Aelan people. Then they would form into the Aelan Empire following the Great War of the Undying with King Atrax.
Right now, so many people are just like, oh my god, we're finally getting lore.
Oh, we could go all day on it if you want.
We could, yeah.
Well, we don't want to give it all away.
Well, the story is kind of told over the course
Yeah,
of
give it away.
four
Give it away.
phases, four
Give it away now.
chapters. Each chapter will update spawns, change the quest givers, change what quests are available, and that's across the server. It's not like your individual progress phases. That is, the actual quests themselves you can progress kind of at your own pace, but as long as it's within the window of that quest's phase being active.
Ooh. So you gotta get
Honestly,
there
has this much
early,
blood
depending on how
this is
active,
crazy.
for how long it
This
is. You gotta get it. You gotta fucking do it.
I-
Imagine if the
we're
only
actually
thing
trying to
about
figure out the
that.
science of, like,
Imagine if
keeping it-
it's like short enough, where it's like, let's say like an hour or half an hour, and then like you're PvP and shit, and you won't be able to get the quest done within that hour if like you're just constantly battling, right? It's kind of interesting to think about.
entire city's worth of people How many cups of blood would you have?
Oh no. What?
Probably
that
not very many.
Less than you think, but it wouldn't be as dramatic if we were super realistic with it.
Oh, it's magic.
Yeah, it's magic.
Blood is persistent and eternal.
Yeah.
Unless we can do something about this curse.
I don't know, Steven, if you stopped and talked to Orn and pick up that quest or not. But,
Oh no, I did not.
Oh, that's okay. I think you still have
How can I?
all the quests that were in there before.
Yeah, let me grab it. How do I open my journal again? What is that?
It's L.
L.
Well, can't you share the
Yeah,
quest?
L to open your journal.
Oh
So
Sure.
yeah,
in
I
there,
got it. There we go.
yeah, you can see there's other story arcs going on as well. The phase timers in there indicate how much real-world time is available to like do the quests in that phase.
I see.
And
Oh,
what
2
quests you
days.
do,
Is that
or
2
the quests that
days?
you do, like
yeah.
it's not just a matter of
You got plenty of
completing
time.
the laundry list of things that the NPC has you do, but you pick from a whole bunch of objectives, many of them optional, some of them, if not most of them, hidden when you first undertake the quest. So go dig up a guide or blaze your own trail or whatever. But depending on which objectives you complete, those are the things that help the server aggregate what is going to happen in later phases of the story arc, and that's like across all of the players participating during that time frame. What
Yeah.
objectives they decide to complete, that's what drives what happens in later.
Don't play on a dead server. That's what that says. That's what that says. Or a server where everyone just skips like most of the objectives, right? Because you probably want to do all of them to contribute more to the outcome of the server
What quests
and
are
different
available,
nodes.
what NPCs are pulling ahead of other NPCs in terms of their progress toward their goals.
And how you complete your quest matters.
Yes. Yeah, with some objectives, being exclusive of one another, so helping one NPC will lock you out of helping a different NPC. So yeah, we whoa.
Oh,
I don't
no.
know. I don't know if I like that because let's say you do like a quest for one of the guys and like there's a better reward from the second guy that you now can't get the quest from, but like you don't know that because there's no prompt or anything telling you, hey, this is gonna lock you out from this guy's quest and these are the rewards. Are you sure? If there was like a prompt like that and you can see like the reward differences, that'd be kind of cool, but I kind of think that's kind of dumb locking out from another like person because you did that quest. It's kind of the same with like the oracles versus the other who is it in Skullsar Basin in Wrath. Like you have to choose between the two factions, but at least you can look at their there's like a rep vendor that you can like check and you do quests for both, so you are aware of the two factions before you decide like which one you want to help. So as long as that kind of a system's in place, I feel like it'll be good. But if they don't implement something like that and you just blindly like take a quest and then you can't get the other quest and maybe it's a better item for you or something, I think that's kind of lame.
Wow. I'm just taking
Or like
in
reputation
the
reward,
sheer
whatever.
beauty, but also like a kind of gross beauty.
That's
of this
nice.
Environment.
The lighting from that window is really cool.
It is so eerie.
I think even the corrupted trees, you can harvest them. You find some of them that you can harvest. You can chop them down.
Auger.
Really?
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
That's
they're a little
really
bit
cool.
hard to spot.
That's really cool. If you can have like corrupted things that you need to farm to create like corruption gear or whatever the fuck, like that maybe gives you certain resistances or powers. It's really cool. I like that.
So
Well, also the I believe that as part of these environments changing, you're also activating rare resource spawners that might only occur during certain events.
Yeah, that's correct.
Definitely,
So yeah, like corrupted soul bloom, and there was one that Corey had just put in. All those things are only available during certain story arcs, and every story arc has its kind of special things that you want to try and take advantage of. And
that one
if they're in your
particular-
backyard, swing by and pick them up.
Yeah, for herbalism, for making certain potions. Sometimes you want to take advantage of the limited time you have during the story arcs to get some of these rare resources for crafting things. certain poisons and potions from these limited corrupted spirit blooms, right?
Yep.
Sorry, I just disabled my my HUD right now. I want to, like, this area is just too crazy.
Huge tower.
It looks so good. Jeremy and Hal and Adam, I think, and who's all working on this? Jeremy.
Oh, Zach and Brandon and everybody.
Another
Scott.
Scott.
Yeah.
Not me.
Tristan's entire team.
Yeah, this is
working on this.
absolutely.
That's really
beautiful.
cool.
And talk to me a little bit about the dungeon.
I just like, honestly, I just like massive buildings and shit where it just looks super fucking enlarged, and it just makes you feel small, and like I love that. Like I hate feeling like, you're like instanced, right? Where it's just like small spaces, like fucking, you know what I mean? Like zone into this area, and like this is like massive grand scale, like badassery. I love that. Really like that.
So the dungeon we're heading to right here, that's the Tower of Carphin. That is the Mage University that following the
Also,
Order
it's
of
a
the Undying,
triangle in the
elves
window. I
that
fucking
are
love that.
these humans. There's something to them. Let's gift them the gift of magic and how. Let's show them the advanced stuff.
You can
Let's
see some
build
of that
them
story
yeah.
reflected here on these murals.
Build them a
Ooh.
university.
Hold on, I grabbed some stuff.
And we can teach them the way we want to
HUD.
teach them. And the human said, "Yeah, show us." I think we ran by the deans, the first deans of the statues back here.
Oh yeah, we should go look at those.
I really loved how some of the ornate detail in the buildings have so much symbolism attached to them. It really makes it feel like there's a kind of
That's really
Like if
cool.
we go
behind
back
all
this
the
way to the
environment.
Which way over here?
go back this way to the statues we ran past.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
All the former headmasters,
Oh yeah, these are the
headmistresses
former
of the
deans,
university.
right?
Yeah.
So this one up front here, that's
Is it university?
Tanfelorus Wren. He's the elf that came over from the elves and from the Pyrian elves at the time. And you can see he kind of built the tower for them.
It's a level 15 area, so that's
started
really
training
cool.
the
It's
first
like
students.
they get you into it like early.
And then one of the other towers is
You don't have to like
his
wait.
best student.
You don't have to like. There's no like like usually they do like, oh, like you have to hit a certain level before you start seeing the cool shit. And like the intro areas are just kind of like barren and basic. Like this is level 15. You're getting into some wild, really cool looking things. So I like that a lot.
Aristod. We can point out his statue in a bit here. So he was the first human dean. And he's this one here. You can see him kind of with the book open. That was Aristod. So he's
Wow.
the first human one after Tanfelorus went back to the elves after a few decades. We've got Dean over here is the woman that's Jenica. And the interesting thing about her is that she never died. She was into teleportation, and that was her big area of expertise, and she just never came back. Hint, hint, hook.
No.
Oh
I see
shit!
what you
That
did
mean?
there.
Yeah.
Right.
Then we have
That was
one
a spoiler.
Lamont's Oren over here. That's Darren Lamont. He was a dean of the college.
He looks like
Yeah.
the wise guy.
Mm-hmm.
Orin's family is quite they're quite central to the story here. There'll be lots of opportunities to learn lots of them in this story arc, actually.
That is awesome.
Wise guy. It could be a
The front
spoiler.
one, there's Klon Xander.
Do you have to like fight his family or something?
So that was his area of expertise that he really.
Oh yeah.
So if you see a lot of maybe some potions in the game with a Klon or Xander's so and so, that's the guy.
What do we have here?
Just a very normal looking door, probably nothing terrible
Oh
in there.
no, I mean this mural.
Is it?
Oh, the humans asking the Pyre for help with magic.
The
period.
periods. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Pyrean.
I
Very
got him
cool.
teaching There's
Hyperion teaching the
10
Kalar, or the alien at that point.
Yeah, the aliens.
And over here. Oh,
The-
the 5 moons.
The tower's construction and the 5
The
moons.
phases of the moon. 3 moons.
Ooh. The 3 phases. Or 5 phases.
Yeah.
Perfect. Very
Yeah,
cool.
it's 5
And
phases.
we also
Symbol-
have their the symbology for
Yeah.
the
If you
Hyperions and
notice
the
on the
aliens.
doors, you have a lion head on one side representing humans and the griffin head on the other representing the elves.
These are
That's
the
really
guys
cool.
Pulling the doors open. Just a couple of just a couple of guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this sandal? Oh, oh my god.
That's pretty good.
I'm sorry, that made me cough a storm. That
Wait, is it not on his
hilarious.
other foot?
That is hilarious. I love it. All right, so what is our objective here? What are we looking for inside right now? Now, this is just the entrance, the foyer
Wow,
of
look
the
at that.
tower of the university.
Yeah.
So
Which is
we're
so
not going to obviously
multi-level
take you
something.
through everything. A lot of it's
Just
still a work in
fucking-
progress.
Just show the
Always
shit.
remember
Show the
that
front.
this
Show
is
the
a
front.
work
Show the
in
front. Show the
progress
front. Show the
right
front. Show the
now.
front. Show the
This is
front.
part of the
Show the
Alpha
front.
2 experience. You'll be able to explore, delve into this dungeon.
Show the front. Just go in. Just
So,
fucking peek,
What
man.
are we going to see in here?
Just sneak peek. All right, here we go.
Even more corruption.
Oh man, that's so
More.
cool.
More blood, for sure.
Ooh, I like the bell.
The gong is cool. Yeah, I guess it is a bell.
But these aren't elite, so I wonder if they turned it down for like the stream,
Oh my god.
or if like. That's what I'm wondering. If they turned down like the difficulty and stuff, like and didn't make them elites because the GMs are playing, they just want it to be smooth and not like, oh crap, we wiped again or whatever. Or if like it's like levels. So like the first level is like all a bunch of like easy mobs, and then you have like the elites upstairs or whatever, and like boss on the 3rd floor. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out though. You guys play in the alpha too? Just
Wow.
comment below. Let me know.
This looks great. I love this interior. The lighting is so moody.
That is so cool, man.
Oh my god, this is like the supreme edgelord environment.
Take a look around at this.
Whoa! Look at that
My
spell.
style,
Oh, I saw that triangle spell.
Look around before we go to
so-
treasure.
Even
Yo.
the Gothic-esque lamp.
I really like the
with
abilities.
the
Look really
nasty,
cool
like,
too.
Flesh
That looked really cool.
environment. Oh god. Ah,
Those abilities
There's
look really
some
cool.
loot. Is this like a treasure chest?
That's
a
treasure
trap.
chest.
Whoa!
Or not.
Oh no, not like that. Nuke it from orbit.
I had a
Nuke it from
feeling.
orbit. Oh, thank you. Perfect.
Was that a hunter ability?
There
That
you
was
go.
pretty good.
Behind us
They have
now.
like some like
Oh,
volley over
there.
vault, whatever. I feel like that ability was in a game, right? They, like jump over and do a ton of damage.
Oh my god, this
like
thing
that.
is crazy. Look at it. These are just the
That's
entrance
really cool.
mobs.
It's just the entrance, yeah.
This was like
Oh,
more of an elite though,
no.
because it's 5,400 health. There's no indicator to tell you that, but I guess the health
Oh,
difference is like
oh.
insane. It's like 4 times the amount.
This guy is nasty. Now these tend to do some nasty things when they die, right? I mean, this is basically like a, what is this, a hoarder? AKA
hoarder.
mimic? No, I'm just kidding. This looks,
They're
Careful.
get away from it.
Be
Get
careful. Be very
away.
careful how you say things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
run.
Be very careful.
Get back, get back.
You
Ah,
get the fin-
Be very careful.
Get away!
no, you're pulling it into the party.
Oh.
Oh, that is nasty.
That's cool. So there's like an AOE
This
explosion
is absolutely phenomenal.
when it dies. That's cool.
Yeah, they did an incredible job on this. It just looks so good.
Well, is there anything
It'd be
else
great to explore that dungeon.
that you guys want to touch on from the story arc perspective? Want to kind of come out
Hmm.
here.
Oh, that's cool too. Look at the line on the door too.
Oh, I guess there's one thing people might be
Categorization.
curious about. I mentioned how you could do what you needed to do, as long as the phase, you can do any quests available in that phase while that phase is available. So what happens if you miss something? You go on vacation or whatever, and you can't log in during the week to
Okay, let's hear
participate in the quests that are going on in the phase of that story arc. for most story arcs, they do repeat after they complete. They'll go on a cooldown and they will repeat again. You'll have another opportunity to get involved with them the next time they come through.
Okay.
For our big major, like world-spanning story arcs that will sort of tell your server's your server's own story, those ones don't repeat. Those are sort of one and done. But you can replay them. There's a different system for replaying previous phases for the big main story arcs.
That's fine. That's fair.
However, decisions and objectives you make in those won't count toward your server's.
That's fine.
What's canonized for your server.
Yeah, I think that's
Which is a
fair.
way of saying,
Because you can't have it affect anything, because down the line, once it's done, it's done. You can't have people just like going in and like replaying and then just changing the outcome, because there are things that affect maybe loot, whatever, that, or like environment that would change the entire world. So like it would kind of be like your it would literally be like your choice doesn't matter, or like your actions don't matter. So they have to matter and mean something. But at least they give you access to experience it if you didn't experience it, because most people work 9 to 5s, and they have lives, and they don't have time to sit on a AOC server and play 24/7 and experience everything live. So I think that's great. They need to have access to it in some way, shape, or form. I think that's perfect. Like whether it affects the server or not, I feel like that's fine. You just have to be there, kind of thing. That's okay. But yeah, letting the players have access to every story mode, because there are people that are completionists and want to like experience everything. That's really good. I think I like that a lot. Also, with the smaller quests, you can just wait and do them again when they reset. So that's fine. I think there's nothing wrong with that. That's really good. Really smart.
what decisions they make for the objectives and stuff that get completed.
And all this goes to really kind of creating that experience of player agency being being seen
That window and the lighting is insane.
through world building and actually changing the locations, the environment, the story, and how it influences future arcs down that path for the world to kind of reflect it. It creates such a unique, I feel, environment between different servers and the histories that they create.
Exactly. I think Jeremy said it really well earlier when we were trying to help figure out the right words to describe these very complicated systems. When he said,
there's
"Go ahead, Jeremy."
There's a different, in MMO you have different philosophies on kind of storytelling. We're going to more old school, like the world has a story and you're playing within the world story, and in our case you're helping to guide that by the decisions that you make while doing your quests and the different players. If one goes one, if a bunch go one way and a few go the other way, that kind of canonizes down that way. More recent MMOs have just focused the story on the player and used instance and phasing to tell individual stories at different times and at different durations. We're more old school, saying the world is evolving. You participate in how the world story is going. More the how UO and EverQuest and
Absolutely.
those games
Lineage.
did it.
Deoc.
Lineage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody's playing it in the same world.
Dark Age
and
Camelot,
that
yeah.
world is something that everybody's building together.
All great games. Absolutely.
I feel
Well,
like one of the,
go ahead, Amy. Sorry, go no.
one
go
of the I was going to say that one of the major goals I feel like we have is to allow player decisions to have consequences and to have meaningful results from the decisions that they make. And so it seems like people can really create their own stories.
Absolutely. Phenomenal work, guys. Well, I want to thank you three for joining me to help kind of give players a little peek under the hood for the Tower of Carphin as I train your party. I apologize. And I cannot tell you how beautiful and unbelievable this area is. I mean, the artists are phenomenal. So
They did a killer job on this.
So
fun to go into.
With that being said, we're gonna go run back to the stream. Super exciting stuff, and we will be back with you in just a moment.
That's great.
Thank you, guys.
That's beautiful, honestly. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. I think that's a really great sign. And the other thing is that I want to say is they really haven't showcased too many spells and abilities, but but what we saw there, that little bit, looked really good. Like the light circle, there was like a triangle blast or some kind of magic spell that someone casted. Like I love that. Symbols and things that just make abilities stand out and be unique instead of just a fireball, a frost ball, a fucking lightning ball. You know, if it takes different sigils and signs and whatever to make things look unique, then fucking do it. But that's really cool. I love that. This definitely makes me more excited for the game. And yeah, let's see what else they have in store in the future. Hopefully, I would really like to see some more, gameplay and actual, more classes and previews of the classes as the months continue. So hopefully, we see some of that. But yeah, until then, see you guys in the next video.